Tower, experimental 112 Delta Romeo. Excuse me, ground, taxi for departure.
Experimental 112 Delta Romeo, Boeing ground, runway 22 taxi via taxiway Bravo Alpha, wind 240 at 9er, altimeter is 3029er.
3029er, taxi to 22 Bravo and Alpha, 112 Delta Romeo.
Boeing ground, experimental 284 Delta Golf, in front of the on the taxiway, ready to taxi, departing VFR westbound.
Experimental 284 Delta Golf, Boeing ground, runway 22 taxi via taxiway Bravo Alpha, wind 240 at 9er, altimeter is 3029er.
Taxi Bravo at Alpha, runway 224 Delta Golf.
Tower, experimental 112 Delta Romeo at 22, ready for departure. Close traffic for one touch and go, and after that, depart out to the west.
Experimental 112 Delta Romeo, Boeing Tower, left close traffic, runway 22, clear for takeoff.
left close traffic 22, 112 Delta Romeo. Brakes feel very firm, nice easy turns, lining up on 22.
Tower 7, Charlie Pop.
Helicopter 7, Charlie Papa, Bone Tower.
Yeah, so like the west departure, maintenance test flight.
Trim is in excellent position. I've got to climb out at 74 knots at half flaps without any pitch forces at all. Horizon shows me in a pretty nice descent. Throttling back so I don't climb way too high. About 4,400 RPM seems to hold me at 80 knots level. That was one of the sloppier patterns that I've ever flown. Alright, this looks kind of like a downwind. Horizon's a little better. Ball looks like it is centered very nicely. Maybe just a touch left. When you're on the downwind for 22.
Experiment on 2 Delta Romeo, runway 22, clear touch and go. On the go, turn right on course.
Touch and go on the go, turn right on course for 2 Delta Romeo.
Tower, static 5 bombs a half mile west of the right to turn to the ramp.
Helicopter 7, Charlie Papa, you can proceed to the ramp. I am beat your own Missy Scotch line. I control.
Got the ramp, use caution at risk. 7 5 bombs.
Obstacle ahead. Caution, terrain ahead. 500.
Okay, full flaps. Garmin's talking to me. She's telling me about terrain, and she just called out 500. I'm assuming that's AGL. I'm turning final.
Obstacle ahead. Pull up.
She definitely does not know that I'm trying to land at an airport. She's telling me to pull up. .63 knots in full flaps and 15 inches. She started to settle pretty well. I had to bring the power up to about 22 inches. I'm back on glide path.
Traffic.
Got a little bit of a slip here. 17 inches on the Vassie, full flaps, 63 knots. Actually, I sped up a bit, I'm about 70 knots now. We'll bring that power all the way back. 0 power landing, 63 knots. She's very mushy but appropriate. Just coming over the stripes, good float, and very, very nice soft touchdown. All right, one of
Tower, they're got their 20802 just off of Rickenbacker. I'd like to transition through your airspace up to OSU.
Tower 20802, Bone Tower, transition approved. The altimeter is 3029er.
3029er for 802.
As I was saying, one of the downsides is landing at full flaps. There's no convenient way to suddenly just go to half flaps. That was a full flap takeoff, and it did require some significant nose down pitch to transition from no power full flaps to full power no flaps. I'm getting another AHARS align, and it's trying. It's still showing me in a 7-degree descent when I am clearly climbing at, I don't know where your vertical speed is on that, but I'm climbing and it's still showing me that I'm going down. Tower 2 Delta Romeo, frequency change.
Experimental 2 Delta Romeo, frequency change approved.
Thank you much. I'll be back in about an hour. Close departure, experimental 112 Delta Romeo.
112 Delta Romeo, Clemens, what can I do for you?
2 Delta Romeo is just off of Bolton Field. I'm an experimental doing envelope expansion on a new aircraft. Would like flight following, please.
Sure, 112 Delta Romeo, you can squawk 5311.
5311 for 2 Delta Romeo. I am also looking for another RV-12. We will be joining up, so you'll see 2 targets merging.
Okay, roger.
Delta Golf, this is 2 Delta Romeo.
Delta Golf is up.
All right, I'm heading westbound towards the large industrial complex west of Bolton. Same position.
I'm about 2 miles southeast of that. I'll be right over there.
I'm at 2,800. Are you about 3,000 or so?
I'm actually at 37. I'll be descending.
Okay, I've got you. Tally ho. Meet me at 3,000.
Copy.
Number 112 Delta Romeo, Clemens, you guys still with me?
2 Delta Romeo, I had my radios misconfigured. I am back with you, sir.
Thanks, your radar contact, altimeter 3029. You just flying around that area there?
I am for now. I'll then be doing a climb up to 10,000 feet. Right now I'm looking to join 5 Delta Golf.
Okay, that aircraft, that's about a mile and a half west of you there at 3800.
Affirm, I have him inside, sir.
Okay, roger that. Proceed as requested.
2 Delta Romeo, thank you.
Mooney 48 Charlie, contact Indy Center on 125.55. We'll see you guys.
112 Delta Romeo, to confirm control mobile.
Delta Romeo, I picked you up. I was just talking with Columbus, and I've got David inside.
All right, up 36, heading for 3. You look to be about my 4 o'clock and 400 below, is that right?
Affirm, that's me.
I maintain 1.
All right, what I'd like to do is a left 360 and pull in behind you.
Okay.
Starting now.
Victor, let me know prior to entering Rickenbacker's service area down there, if you would.
Tell me 1863 with request.
1863 again?
Yes, sir. Hey, just to give you a head about
112 Delta Romeo, this is Mobile 1.
Mobile 1, you're scratchy, but I have you.
1863, roger.
How is the Etihard?
All right, I got you in sight, dead on to me. I'm going to swing in behind you. The published miss, sir. Army 1863. Hey, your airspeed.
Thank you.
94.
Traffic.
It's a pretty looking airplane you got over there.
Hi, thank you. Your sign's like a piece of silverware. Okay, I'm at your 7 o'clock and I'm going to creep up.
Ground, quick flight report. Right wing is significantly heavier. AHARS is better. It still is having some trouble trying to keep itself aligned, but it's no longer wildly inaccurate.
Tunnel for 23 left. It's pretty much straight out to the northeast there. I'll let you know when he gets a little bit closer here, but I might have to move you out of the way when you get in a few minutes there. Army 1863, turn right heading at 340.
I turn heading 340, Army 1863.
Army 1863, there's traffic at your 2 o'clock at about 3 miles. I believe he's down low altitude, but no mode C on him there. On primary target only.
Highway 1863, roger. Keep an eye out for him, thank you.
Army 1863, after the publishment.
And I'm in position. We'll do another approach after that, sir. Army 1863. I'm going to duck over to your 6 and get my picture taken.
Okay, I'll just hold straight and level.
Army 1863, traffic won't be a factor. Right turn 360 now, and just set to maintain 3000.
360, I'm heading down to 3000, Army 1863.
Ground, are you still able to copy?
Columbus departure, FedEx 846 Heavy, 2000, climbing 3000.
FedEx 846 Heavy, departure radar contact, climb maintain 1.
Affirmative.
010,000, FedEx 846 Heavy.
Okay, I'm going to break off to your right and I'll be gone.
All right. I hope the pictures look good.
Good trip. Break.
FedEx 846 Heavy, clear direct Cincinnati on course when able.
Direct Cincinnati on course, FedEx 846 Heavy.
Take it back, Victor. If you would stay in that area or north of your current position, that Gulfstream is about 7 miles southeast of you, lining up for the approach. FedEx 846 Heavy, contact Indy Center 123.902. Good day.
123.92, FedEx 846 Heavy.
Ground, the slip skid indicator does seem to be backwards. I push on right rudder and the ball goes to the right, and it should have gone to the left.
Copy that.
10.
And 310, Army 1863.
I'm doing some of the lower speed maneuvers from test card 1, then I'll start my time to climb.
Army 1863, you're 5 for pickle, left turn 260, 3000 to establish, cleared for the ILS 23 left.
Same 260, maintain 3000 to establish, clear for the ILS 23 left, Army 1863.
Okay, throttle is at 16 inches. I'm about 70 knots in.
Hey, Quebec Victor, you can proceed as requested southbound there. The Gulfstream is about 3 miles south-southeast, inbound to Rickenbacker 3000.
Flaps are going to go to half.
Army 1863, contact Ricktown 120.05. I'll talk to you a little bit.
Tower next, Army 1863.
Maybe 2 or 3 degrees. No significant change in airspeed. No significant change in...
County 919 Heavy, Clemens approach, fly heading 130, vector ILS runway 23 left.
Gentle maneuvers show no controllability problems. Going from from 1/2 to full flaps. Nose comes down another couple of degrees, and the AHR shows me in a climb now, so that's also kind of backwards. No change in pitch forces, no change in roll forces. The right wing heavy is substantially better at full flaps. Going back to half. Oh, overshot, there's half. Controllability remains no issue. No excessive pitch or roll forces. Now we go back all the way to full flap, or excuse me, no flaps. Okay.
Caution, terrain.
And we start adding some more.
Columbus Delta 428 at 11 with uniform.
Delta 428 approach ending at 340 for the visual 2A right.
Delta 428 head 340 for the visual to 2A right.
County 919 Heavy, descend and maintain 6000.
Okay, so now we're going to trim for 75 knots. So that's trimmed for 75 knots, maintaining altitude. Now we're just going to do a full power climb.
Delta Romeo, if you wouldn't maneuver back to the east there, you're right on the edge of the airspace between me and the next controller out to the west.
2 Delta Romeo will do. And Columbus be advised, 2 Delta Romeo beginning the climb to 10,000.
2 Delta Romeo, roger that. Delta 428, descend and maintain 3000.
428 to 3.
And AHRS just went completely black. I've got a error saying AFS, correction, Alpha Foxtrot Charlie Sierra.
Delta 428, clear direct to 8 type when you're able.
Delta 428, direct 8 type.
Delta Romeo, is the other aircraft climbing up to 10,000 as well with you?
Negative, sir. He broke off, and I am now a single ship.
Okay.
Departure control, Army 1863, 2000, climbing 3000, executing published mix with the ILS 23.
Army 1863 departure, still in radar contact, maintain 3000. Let me know when you're done with the published.
Maintain 3000, we'll contact you shortly. Army 1863, thanks.
Connie 919 Heavy, turn left to 120, maintain 5000.
Ground 2, Delta Romeo.
Delta Romeo, just stay at or below 10,000 if you would. Anything above 10 is center's airspace.
Wilco, the flight card calls just for 10, so I'll cut it just a touch short.
Sounds good, thank you.
Checking at 2.35.
Blue Streak 5051, 2.95,000.
Blue Streak 5051, departure radar contact, climb maintain 10,000.
Maintain 10,000, Blue Streak 5051.
And Blue Sheep 5051, turn left heading 160.
Left turn 160, Blue Sheep 51.
Blue Sheep 5051, contact Indy Center 135.57. Good day.
13557, Blue Sheep 51.
Connie 919 Heavy, turn right heading 180, and I'll get you lower shortly.
Delta 428, still in sight.
Delta 428, final over 8 type, clear for the visual approach runway 28 right.
Delta 428, final over 8 type, clear for the visual 28 right.
Connie 919 Heavy, descend and maintain 4,000. Medevac 7908, Papa Columbus approach, altimeter 3029. Can you hear me okay up there? Okay, it'll get better as you get closer. You're just down low and pretty far from the antenna. Connie 919 Heavy, turn right heading at 200. You can join the localizer. Take it back, Victor, if you would. Remain at or north of your current position. I got a heavy 747 inbound to Rickenbacker. Connie 919 Heavy, traffic at 1 o'clock at about 3 miles, inbound to Columbus 3,000 feet, so Delta MD88. Connie 919 Heavy, you're about 10 outside of Pickle, 3,000 now to establish localizer, clear for the ILS runway 23 left.
Columbus approach, this is Skyhawk, 121 Uniform Charlie.
121 Uniform Charlie approach, altimeter 3028, proceed as requested towards your site, and let me know when you're over, if you will.
Altimeter 3028, and we'll let you know when we're over your site. We should be, we'll be around 2,200 feet, circling that site.
Okay, for now, just stay at or above 3,000.
At or above 3,000, 121 Uniform Charlie.
Connie 919 Heavy, there is a helicopter at 1 o'clock, 5 miles, download 1,400 feet. He's going to remain northwest of your final. Take it back, Victor, that 747 is about 5 miles east of you, southwestbound on the final into Rick at 3,000 feet. Good job.
Two Delta Romeo, mobile ground.
Connie 919 Heavy, he won't be a factor for you. Contact Rick Tower 120.05. Have a good morning.
Go ahead, ground.
I see him climb to 10,000 feet. How is it flying?
Climb was very good, no problems. I am having some trouble with aligning the AORs. I think something's in there backwards. Slip skid is backwards and pitch is backwards.
Take it back, Victor. He shouldn't be a
Roger.
if you need to, and caution weight turbulence if you do get on the final there.
Oh, and when you throttle back, it gets cold. It was pretty comfortable on the way up.
One two one Uniform Charlie. What's your type of aircraft?
We're Cessna 172, 121 Uniform Charlie.
Thank you.
Columbus Army 1863 with request.
Sorry, I missed that call. Who's that?
Yes, sir. It's Army 1863 with request, sir. If possible, we're hoping we could open up our next leg of the flight plan taking us to South Bend.
Yeah, I got it right here. You want to pick it up right now?
Yes, sir. We're ready when you are.
1863, right to that. You're clear to South Bend as filed. And you can climb maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 200 within 10. And the squawk is 4042.
4042, and the routing that we had filed for, we'll be able to use that?
Yeah, Rosewood, Fort Wayne, Goshen, direct.
Rosewood, Fort Wayne, Goshen, direct. Army 1863, thanks.
1863, reback is correct, and go ahead, squawk. You wanted to pick up that clearance now, right, and on your way?
Yes, sir. We already punched in at 4042. We're climbing to 10,000, and we're going to go direct Romeo Oscar Delta at this time.
1863, reback is correct. The altimeter here is 3028, direct Rosewood.
3028, direct Rosewood, Army 1863.
Hey, Columbus approach, it's a Skyhawk, 120 from Charlie. Yeah, is it alright if we can go down to 22? We're getting pretty close to our site.
Yeah, no problem. 1 Charlie, you descend at your discretion there.
Alright, thank you. 121 from Charlie.
And 1 Charlie, do you need to be, as far as your site, I see the paper over here, but it's kind of difficult to see exactly where you're going to be. You're going to be south the extended center lines at 28 left?
Yeah, we'll be at southeast.
Okay, sounds good. Let me know if you do need to go northbound of that extended center line. Let me know before you do that.
We'll let you know before we go north. 121 from Charlie.
Ground, I was able to program the AOA. Wasn't sure quite what speeds you wanted, so I just put in my best estimates of what I think will be useful. I'll let you know what it looks like when I land.
Rosewood, it should be about a 320 or 330.
We're in the turn right now, sir. Appreciate the help.
1863, you can count to Indy Center now on 123.902. They'll get you higher.
12392, Army 1863, thanks.
doing the box pattern for airspeed calibration now. Southbound 7,500 feet at 5,000 RPM. Gonna go ahead and make a turn to the east. Climbed a little bit on that, so I'm coming back down to 7,500 feet. Okay, there we go. Due east, 7,500. Let everything stabilize. I'm so glad you've got a data recorder so I don't have to be writing all these numbers down. Starting to get just a little bit of turbulence. I don't think it's going to throw things off. Alright, we're going to turn north. Once again, trying to hold exactly 360 and 7,500 at RPM crept up a little bit. Bring that throttle back just a touch. There we go, that's 5,000 RPM. Airspeed is settling back out at 98, 99 knots indicated. And we'll do a final turn to west. I definitely end up climbing as I roll out of your turns, out of these turns. There we go, 7,500, 270, 5,000. Give the airspeed a little bit of time to stabilize. And once again, I've got an indicated airspeed of 98, 97. Let's get right back to...
Hey, Columbus Approach, this is Skyhawk 121 Uniform Charlie. Just letting you know that we are done with our photography and heading back to Cincinnati.
Uniform Charlie, roger that. Climb at or above 3,500 if you would.
Climb it up to 3,500. 121 Uniform Charlie.
Hey, Quebec Victor, no problem. They know about you down there. Appreciate the call.
Okay, Dave, I just got done finishing the box. Looks like I'm over Deer Creek. I'm going to be heading back to the barn. Columbus Approach, experimental 112 Delta Romeo, concluded flight test, heading back to Bolton.
112 Delta Romeo, right to that. Descend your discretion. Radar services terminated. Good squawk VFR. And frequency changes approved. They're on 22s over there.
VFR, frequency changed, and thank you much for watching me, sir.
No problem. Southwest 2196, approach heading at 090 for the visual to a right. Descend to maintain 10,000.
just accelerated to 130 knots. That felt just fine. Took 22 inches of manifold pressure and pretty good nose down attitude, but no, she just accelerated very nicely. Bolton Tower, experimental 112 Delta Romeo.
Experimental 112 Delta Romeo, Bolton Tower.
2 Delta Romeo is 7 south for full stop landing.
Experimental 2 Delta Romeo, port midfield left downwind, runway 22, wind 25010, gust to 15, altimeter is 3029er.
Report midfield downwind for 22, 3029er.
Tower 7 Charlie Papa, half mile west of the field, like return to the ramp. Helicopter 7 Charlie Papa, you can proceed to the ramp, land beat your own risk, use caution, landing on controlled moving area, not in sight from the tower. Direct to ramp, no risk, use caution, 7 Charlie Papa.
Bolton 2 Delta Romeo is downwind 22.
2 Delta Romeo, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land 22 for 2 Delta Romeo. Full ground, 2 Charlie, 2 Delta Romeo taxi for ground.
2 Delta Romeo taxi departing via taxiway Alpha Charlie to the ramp.
Alpha Charlie to the ramp, 2 Delta Romeo.